So that's the latest. You had Mr. P Chidambaram, and that's the big breaking news. He's appeared. He's appeared at the Congress headquarters. High drama at the Congress headquarters as we speak. Mr. P Chidambaram, after possibly being untraceable for over 24 hours, appeared at the Congress headquarters, gave his defense, says that he was not missing, he was preparing for his defense. Now the latest coming in is that there is a CBI team at the Congress headquarters. Summon after summon at Jorbagh, his residence, which is not very far from the Congress headquarters, possibly a stone throws away. This is the distance between where Mr. P Chidambaram lives in the national capital and where the Congress headquarters is. So now a CBI team right now at the Congress headquarters. But where is Mr. P Chidambaram? Because he left right after delivering a quick short speech, taking absolutely no question, said he was preparing his defense, he was not hiding. Said that I was advised by the Supreme Court as well, was accused of running away, but I have not run away. I will see my...
At this point of time is that the CBI team
Yes.
is at the Congress Party headquarters. So will the CBI now go after P Chidambaram? That remains to be seen. That's going to be very interesting in moments from now. Has he been able to leave, or is he still there at the Congress headquarters? And will he be taken into custody will be the big question at this point of time.
So that's the latest. Let's cut across to Manish Pandey. He's joining me right now with the very latest. Manish, it's a cat and mouse game that has been playing out over the last, over 24 hours, if we must say. And the latest is a CBI team right now at the Congress headquarters. Where is Mr. P Chidambaram? Get us the latest updates. Manish, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You can see Mr. P Chidambaram has just left from his car. There was a team of CBI here, and at that point of time, the gate of Congress office was closed by the Karyakartas, and now you can see his car is still here. We are still, following where Mr. P Chidambaram is going, but at this point of time, you can see it is a complete ruckus on the street outside outside the office of Congress here in Delhi, and there are media persons who are trying to ask questions to Mr. Chidambaram, but he hasn't said a word about whether he will surrender himself or not.
Munish, is P Chidambaram still at the Congress Party headquarters? Is he still there? Is the CBI there? The Karyakartas have shut the gate, but has Chidambaram left, or is he still there?
We see few officials of the Central Bureau of Investigation came here with an intention to arrest Mr. Chidambaram, but at that point of time, the main door of Congress office was closed. They were not allowed to enter inside Congress office, and then there was a barricading of the Congress workers, and they barricaded the entire area, and then his car left very fast. At this point of time, Mr. Chidambaram has left. CBI has not arrested him. CBI team was unsuccessful to arrest Mr. P Chidambaram. Back to you.
Well, that is coming in the way of law, and what's happening right now. Like we said, and I'm going to hand it over to Gaurav from here on. High drama right now playing out at the Congress headquarters. Mr. P Chidambaram delivered a quick speech after appearing post 25 hours. Left the CBI headquarters, and there is a CBI team right there, and is unsuccessful in arresting Mr. P Chidambaram. So the cat and mouse game still playing out. And Gaurav, Congress workers seemingly coming in the way of law because they apparently closed the doors, closed the main gate and blocked.
This is huge. This is huge. P Chidambaram, former Finance Minister of India, former Home Minister of India, he came to the Congress Party headquarters. He delivered a speech. He delivered what he had to say. He said, I'm not absconding from law. I'm not a fugitive from law. And he's left. The CBI team got there, but before the CBI team could reach him, Chidambaram had left. But is he going home? Is he going home? Is the big question. Manish Pandey joining us with the latest. So, how long did it take for the CBI team to get there, Manish? And are they now tracking him to his residence? Are they tracking his vehicle? Did he leave in the same vehicle he came in? Or is this a game of cat and mouse that is still on, Manish?
Yeah, at this point of time, the game of cat and mouse is still going on, because remember, in this case, when the CBI got to know that Mr. Chidambaram is coming to the AICC office, then few teams left from the Central Bureau of Investigation headquarters. There was a team nearby which was sent, but there were only 2 to 3 officials of the Central Bureau of Investigation, and when they tried to enter the Congress headquarters, then the main door of Congress office was closed by the Karyakartas, and when he came out out, then there was a barricading made by the Karyakartas so that he can leave. And he successfully left from the Congress office. But one also has to understand the intention of
Stay with me for a
Central
moment,
Bureau of
Munish.
Investigation, because
Stay with me for a moment, Munish. We will continue to talk. That's a big story. It's an evening of high drama. Much more on the story. But I also have Amit Malviya of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining me on the broadcast. Amit Malviya, you heard P Chidambaram there. He's alleging that he's not absconding from the law. He's not in conflict with the law. He's also saying, Amit Malviya, that he's seeking protection of the law, Amit Malviya.
Well, I think, Gaurav, anybody who has been watching the developments of the last 24 hours will know that Chidambaram is running away from law, is running away from agencies who have questions for him. If that was not the case, he would not have sought 22 bails or interim protection from the court of law. But now when the court realized that he wasn't responding, he wasn't cooperating, he wasn't forthcoming with the information, it said that it can no more provide it with the requisite protection. And now Chidambaram must submit himself to the agencies for the investigation, because that would be fair. Because otherwise the country is watching that the former Home Minister and Finance Minister of the UPA regime is on the run, and he is being supported by the Gandhis. So clearly there is something more than what meets the eye. If Chidambaram is the kingpin, then do we have queen pins? Is the question that we need to ask.
Big allegation you are leveling, sir. That's a big allegation you are leveling there, sir. I for a moment want to, Amit Malviya, stay with me. Lots of sloganeering happening at the Congress Party headquarters. Let's listen in for a moment. I'll come to you for more. Amit Malviya with me on this. Amit Malviya, you saying if there is a kingpin, is there a queen pin? Are these baseless allegations, Amit Malviya? Because where is the evidence? P Chidambaram says there's not even FIR against me. He has not been charge sheeted by either the CBI or the Enforcement Directorate. It's just a widespread impression that's been given out that grave offences have been committed when there is no evidence, sir.
Chidambaram's son has been in custodial interrogation for many days. There are documentary evidences which prove that Chidambaram exploited his position as a minister in the government to accrue financial gains to himself and his family. And if there is nothing that he has to hide, why is he on the run? Why does he not meet the agencies, answer their questions? After all, he as a former minister knows the process just too well. The truth is that he knows that he is guilty. He perhaps does not have the courage to face the agencies and make a case for himself, and he has been therefore trying to get a legal cover for himself, which has unfortunately now run out for him.
Well, that we will see on Friday, sir. Stay with me for a moment. Akash Kolaru joins us live from Chidambaram's upscale Jorbagh residence. Akash, has the former finance minister come home just now? Has he come home? Any idea where he is? Because he insists he's not in conflict with the law.
Well, yes, Gaurav, we very rightly, categorically heard him put that down in that press conference that he did at the Congress headquarters. I'm standing outside 115 Jorbagh, which is his residence. There you can see the notices which have been put up by the security agencies also. But at the moment, there's absolutely no sign of Mr. Chidambaram coming to his residence. We're still waiting for him here. In the next 10 to 15 minutes, we'll get to know whether or not he's coming to his residence at all in the first place.
Know that in the next 10 to 15 minutes, Tehseen Poonawalla, P Chidambaram insists he's not in conflict with the law. He was consulting his legal team. You heard Amit Malviya of the BJP saying 22 times he sought legal protection. It's only because he didn't want to face the law. He was trying to evade it, sir.
Respect. When such WhatsApp stories were told, I thought that may be objected to. 22 times he sought bail is his legal right, he got it. After 22 times when he sought bail, 9 times that he was called, every single time he was called to an agency, he went there. How was he trying to evade? The 23rd time he's gone to a Supreme Court, which is his legal right. There is no FIR, like you rightly pointed out, on his name. The summons that your reporter showed right now in his house does not show under what section he's been called. So at the end of the day, I don't know under what section I've been called. There is no FIR on my name. I have a legal right to seek bail. 22 times that I sought bail, I've gone to every agency. What part of the law specifically am I violating? I want to know that.
Okay, stay with me. Let's quickly listen in to Vivek
What is the future course of action now as far as Mr.
We are in the court. We are in the court. We are in the court.
Sir, is the case listed for Friday, sir? What are you expecting from the Supreme Court, Mr. Tanka?
We'll find
Sir,
out.
you were there in the court today. What are you expecting, sir?
Let it come up before the court. We'll present it before the court.
Mr. Tanka, P Chidambaram comes to the court, but he didn't have time to come to the Supreme Court.
बात कह रहे हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने भी
कोई बात नहीं उनसे आप लड़के यार जरा ना तार देख
Matter is in court.
आप जा रहे हैं
Both sides. Rahul Srivastava, we are hearing both sides. One side says it's political vendetta. The other side says law is being misused. But one thing, P Chidambaram, by appearing on the Congress Party platform at the Congress Party headquarters, has made one thing very clear. He is not absconding. He insists he's not in conflict with the law, and he's here to seek the protection of the law. Rahul Srivastava.
Gaurav, there are two very critical elements which emerged from Mr. Chidambaram's address to the media. One was that there was a perception since yesterday when the High Court dismissed his petition for anticipatory bail that he was missing. There was a CBI team which went to his house. Notice was slapped on at the house, as Tehseen said, without mentioning any section, only the case. Then there is a very important element that a LOC...
Rahul, just stay with me for a moment. A lot of reactions coming in, political reactions coming in. Let's quickly listen in.
व्यक्ति में पूरे देश में कांग्रेस का एक व्यक्ति जो है वो रोष में है, गुस्से में है. Thank you.
Mani, you were in the Ministry of Home Affairs. You worked when Chidambaram was the Home Minister. You've seen the functioning of the government. What do you make of Chidambaram appearing after 24 hours, 27 hours to be precise, and then saying, no, I'm not in conflict with the law. What I was doing was I was consulting my legal team, which is his right, and they've approached court looking for justice.
Basic, let's get the facts right, that first he approached the High Court also, he approached it. He got the relief 22 times, and I don't know what was arraigned before the Supreme Court, High Court by the agencies, that his bail plea was not only rejected, but certain very stinging observations have come out in the order, including the classic case of corruption and classic case of money laundering. You can say that he's a kingpin of whatever corruption or what. It's a High Court has said, it is written in the order, it's a matter of record.
Okay.
Having said that, nor in a normal case, in a normal person, an average Aam Aadmi, had he gone denied bail, the agencies immediately catch hold of him.
Mr. Mani, these are live images that we are getting of P Chidambaram reaching his Johor Bagh residence. So he is again making a point. I'm not in conflict with the law. I'm not absconding. He goes to his own house, sir.
Perfectly okay, but agencies immediately, I don't know how they missed him. What number two is, there are certain repugnancies in his own statement. Abhishek Manu Singhvi has tweeted very clearly, come out saying that I last saw Chidambaram at 6:15 p.m. in the evening.
Okay.
Maybe there were other lawyers with him. What he has done today, had it done yesterday evening before getting into a huddle with the lawyers, it would have been much more graceful, much more transparent. He could have said that I am consulting my legal team.
Grace Tehseen Poonawalla is not what he's looking at when he's facing such charges.
Mani, may I the questions to me, Mr. Mani. If you may please allow me to speak.
One by one.
Mr. Mani,
let me complete.
No, please. The question was asked to me. Mr. Mani, please answer me. No.
Had he done it yesterday, it would have been much more more acceptable amongst the public at large, rather than coming out as an afterthought. That is one of the
Mr. Poonawalla.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Poonawalla.
I don't understand when somebody who, and I respect you a lot, Mr. Mani, who's worked in the Home Ministry, uses vague terms as grace and acceptable. You're either pregnant or you're not pregnant. He's either broken the law or not broken the law. Now I'm challenging you here, challenging you. As a former Home Minister, tell me the law. Home Secretary, the law is broken. Sorry, Additional Home Secretary, the law he's broken. Tell me the law. Tell me the law.
Basically,
what happened? Law broken.
What is written in the High Court?
Forget the law broken. Law broken. I don't know what the High Court said. Makes no difference.
No, High Court said, you mean to say you have to disregard what the High Court said?
I disregard
you
it
are in
because
contempt of High Court
You
now.
tell me the law broken. You have the law broken. You're pregnant or not pregnant? Law broken or not broken?
Money laundering
Law broken or not broken? Tell me the law broken. Tell me the IPC, CRPC.
That may be your individual opinion.
No, that's a law.
It is a law.
High Court is very clear.
Okay, one by one, gentlemen, no screaming on my broadcast. Let's be very clear. But that may be Mr. Poonawalla's individual opinion, but India today respects High Court orders.
But I disregard it. I will appeal it in Supreme Court. It's my legal right. I want to notice
India
section
today,
of the law
we respect the judiciary in our
Of course,
country
I do as
and
well.
the law. But Rahul Srivastav, let's come back to the moot point. 27 hours he was consulting his legal team. He's appeared because he expected to get a certain relief from he was hoping to get certain relief from the Supreme Court. He didn't get it. Is this then saving political capital by appearing today? Because had he not, it would have appeared that P Chidambaram's on the run. Now that he's appeared, it's for the government to prove why were they going after him and why were they not waiting perhaps till the time the Supreme Court addressed this?
Gaurav, that's a point I was making, that there are two basic elements in what Mr. Chidambaram's address, in this very short address he made at the Congress headquarters. One element is that there was a perception that he is missing. He has come out, and that's perhaps a kind of a political dare. What he is saying today, by emerging at the Congress headquarters, that I am ready to face what the legal law agencies, investigating agencies may throw at me. He has also said, very importantly,
Rahul, these are live images. We have CBI team, the Central Bureau of Investigation team has reached additional forces, additional members of the Central Bureau of Investigation. Okay, let's listen into Munish.
टीम आती उसके पहले निकल चुके थे. कांग्रेस ने अपना जो दरवाजा था ऑफिस का वो बंद कर दिया था, जिसकी वजह से चिदम्बरम बड़ी तेजी से यहां पर निकल पाने में सफल हुए. मुनीश पांडे, दिल्ली, आज तक.
Okay, so Munish is telling us how Chidambaram succeeded in getting out of the Congress office, but CBI personnel are now, there you see those images. Let's try and hear them. Okay, CBI officials now at the Jorbagh residence of the former finance minister. Mr. Mani, since you worked in the government, you worked in the Home Ministry, what is it that the CBI will do now? Call him for questioning, or are they there to take him into custody?
See, the High Court order is only permitting custodial interrogation. What is the procedure of custodial interrogation is for the agency to decide whether they take him into custody, take him there, because repeatedly, on quite a few occasions, he has given evasive replies. That is also recorded in the High Court judgment. I am not saying. So it is basically the agencies will now take him into custody. Whatever they have to do within the realm of law, they should be doing it. That is basically the question.
Okay.
So there's no doubt about it that they will be taken into custody.
Once again, I have a lot of respect for Mr. Mani, a former Additional Home Secretary, and a lot of respect for the courts. Having said that, Article 20, subsection 3 of the Constitution of India makes it my fundamental right to not answer, to right to remain silent is a fundamental right. A constable in the police department knows this. I'm sure even the secretaries and home secretaries of the home department know this. The right to remain silent is a fundamental right.
Okay.
That cannot be a reason to arrest somebody.
Let me get a ground report right now from the Jorbagh residence of P Chidambaram. Additional members of the CBI are on ground zero. I have Mosmi Singh joining me from ground zero. We also have Munish Pandey on ground zero. And at this point of time, you have CBI members. So Rahul, they've already plastered a notice there. Rahul, what is it that the CBI would want to do? Take him into custody or tell him to appear before CBI at an X time, perhaps tonight, perhaps tomorrow?
See, Gaurav, you don't send a battery of CBI officers to paste a notice at Chidambaram's house. The intention very clearly has been to get custodial interrogation. So I think the arrest is imminent. And I think, Gaurav, that's what point I was making. There are two elements One is that Chidambaram faces a situation that he did not get any relief from the Supreme Court till Friday. Means he had very little option but to perhaps make a political point now. Now the political point he is making is that I am ready to face the law. He is saying very clearly that it is embedded in his statement is, I shall respect the law even if the unequal hand by the agencies. He is saying that the agencies are being unfair, but I am ready to face the law.
Okay.
By emerging and then going back to his house, he has made himself available for whatever the agencies want to do.
Okay. So from the CBI headquarters, there's an additional team that is now at P Chidambaram's Jorbagh residence. High drama was witnessed at the Congress party headquarters. All of this goes on to indicate that the CBI means business. But has the sting been taken out of the Congress, of the agencies targeting P Chidambaram, Mr. Money? As of now, the agencies will quickly need to decide what their next step will be. Do they want to question him? Do they want to interrogate him, arrest him, or wait for another day? Because he's saying, I'm not an accused in the INX media case. There's no charge sheet against me. There is no FIR against me. A widespread impression is being given out that grave offenses have been committed. All these are lies spread with a vested interest, Mr. Money.
See, basically, first thing is, if I was asked, I would suggest the CBI, having given the notice, let them take him for questioning from the office hours tomorrow from 9 to 7 or whatever it is. That will be well acceptable to each one of us. There is no hurry, because one more day would not, heavens would not fall. Had they done it in any other case like they do, once the anticipatory bail is rejected, taken into custody, that's a different matter. But having missed the bus there is no point, because it has already been hyped. As a lot of sensationalism has been created out of it, whether consultation or whatever, whether who is lying, I am not getting into that. But indeed, tomorrow, I hope the CBI, there is no need for this type of a melodrama in all these places, whether it is a press conference or it is a CBI waiting at all sorts of places. They should do as per civilized hours, during working hours, call him for questioning. When he is in your possession, he is in your custody, as good as that. So having said that,
okay. For the latest ground report, Akash Koluru joins me from the Jorbagh residence of P Chidambaram. Akash, what is the CBI team doing there? Are they standing outside? Are they trying to speak to him? What is it? What's their intention?
Well, Gaurav, before I actually take you through what exactly happened 5 seconds ago, let me show you the visuals here. First things first, this is the notice that was put up by the security agencies calling out for Mr. Chidambaram's presence. And I'll show you the visuals inside the building also. That is the very car in which Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Mr. Kapil Sibal had entered approximately 5 minutes ago. When it comes to the update about the security agencies, that is the CBI teams coming here, we do not have an update. We're hearing all sorts of chatter that the CBI team and the ED teams are on the way at the moment as I am speaking to you, but then there's absolutely no confirmation on the ground whether or not they will be coming here within the next 5 minutes or so. But we definitely have our sources hinting and telling us that the CBI teams can be expected here at any point of time, but we still don't have a confirmation on ground. We still haven't seen any of the CBI personnel coming here at the moment.
Pasted outside. That's the same one that was one was pasted yesterday. ED's pasted one notice, CBI's pasted one notice, and both agencies are now sending representatives to question P Chidambaram now at night. Is that what their intention is?
Well, that is what we hear in Gaurav. Whether or not that is to question or to take him into custody or ask him as to where exactly he was for the past 24 hours, we still do not have any clarity on that from the security agencies. We still do not have any clarity as to whether they will be coming here within the next 5 to 10 minutes or will it going to take more time. We still do not have a clarity, but we definitely have our sources telling us that they're on the way. They've already dispatched their teams to 115 Jorbagh, where Mr. Chidambaram is in a closed-door meeting with his lawyers, with Mr. Sibal, with Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. And as you can see behind me, the visuals behind me, everybody is eagerly waiting to see as to what's going to happen next. And Mr. Chidambaram, however, seemed pretty confident while he was entering, like he seemed in that all-important press conference that he did at the Congress headquarters.
Tehseen, would the Congress see this as vendetta? If questioning happens at, let's say, 8:45 at night, or should the questioning happen tomorrow, or it's okay, whenever it happens, it's just taking the due process of law being followed?
If you ask me politically, it will be a political victory for the Congress and for the Chidambarams if he's arrested right now in the night and he's made to face questioning in the night. He can be in custody from tomorrow 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. He can again be on custody on Friday. Let the Honorable Supreme Court take a call one way or the other and decide. He's not absconding. You can take away his passport. Mr. Mani, you can correct me. They have the option of taking away his passport. So he can't escape. And there's one very important point. This case dates to 2007. 2017, the charge sheet filed. All the evidences have been recorded and submitted. There's no chance of him tampering with the evidence. That's presented in court. So why do you want him in jail?
Okay, this is the CBI team that's just arrived at Mr. Chidambaram's residence. They want him in custody, if I understand correctly, Rahul Srivastava, for custodial interrogation on the basis of at least what the High Court said, that apparently he was evasive in his response, allegedly received kickbacks in exchange of allowing INX Media to receive foreign funds is the allegation. Facts of the case prima facie revealed that the petitioner is the kingpin. The key conspirator in the case is what the High Court observed, Rahul Srivastava.
Gaurav, this entire spin in the case with Mr. Chidambaram being charged as a prime conspirator, it happened only after July 11th when Indrani Mukherjee, whose company INX Media was charged with getting to India 305 crore investment from abroad compared to the 50 crore permission from FIPB she was given. Yes. It is Indrani Mukherjee who said that I got certain money, income tax was after me. I went to meet P Chidambaram. P Chidambaram, as finance minister, told me that he will create a post facto clearance for the FIPB and then she has to pay 5 crore rupees to his son, Karthi Chidambaram. Now, this is what forms largely the kind of corroborative evidence that CBI and other agencies have against Chidambaram. They have seemed to have traced some amount of evidence in terms of properties and all, but Mr. Chidambaram says these are all fabricated.
Okay, Anisha Mathur joins us from the Congress Party headquarters. Anisha, the Congress Party legal eagles, they've prepared a solid defense and they've rallied around P Chidambaram, from the Karyakartas to the top legal eagles, Anisha.
Well, yes, Gaurav, the legal eagles, of course, rallying around P Chidambaram, representing him, trying their hardest to get an early hearing from the Supreme Court. And this evening, Mr. Chidambaram surfaced at the AICC press conference and following that, a number of Congress Karyakartas decided to barricade the doors, sit outside in protest, raise anti-BJP and anti-government and anti-Modi slogans, saying that they believe that this is purely political vendetta, that this is being done only and only to target their senior leaders. In fact, if I can just ask my camera person to span around, the police has now put back the barricades, is trying to make sure that more and more people do not enter this area. The protest, of course, is over. AICC leaders are now seem to be leaving from the office, but we've seen the way the Congress has now backed P Chidambaram, the senior lawyers, of course, appearing in court, giving the best possible legal defense, arguing that P Chidambaram should be given interim protection as early as possible, that the court should hear him as early as possible. And now with the DPCC and the other Congress Karyakartas coming to his rescue at the AICC HQ, they also very clearly saying that we did not let the CBI officials enter the AICC premises because this is our party office.
Let the lamp of liberty shine bright is what P Chidambaram said, and Tehseen Poonawalla, all eyes now on the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate and the next step they take over the next couple of hours.
The two agencies which are trying to prosecute Mr. Chidambaram on the 164 of Indrani Mukherjee, who's accused by the same agency, who's turned witness to the same agency when she's accused of murder and she wants to get away from it. The last and the most important and pertinent point that I want to ask is, in a case where there is no FIR, where the entire charges is just 10 lakhs on check, Are we going to do this? Is this the drama that this agency should indulge in? That's a question all of us must ask.
Fair enough, Mr. Money. Merit in that point that in 30 lakhs is supposed to be the minimum amount for PMLA to kick in, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Here it was
at that point of time.
Yes, at that point of time. Here it was 10 lakhs in one instance and 26 lakhs in another instance. So is this political drama and vendetta, sir?
Basically, you see, Indrani's statement, whether it was a design or whether it was a whether due to inducement, we don't know what is the background of Indrani's statement. But prima facie, if that has been the basis, there would have been more corroborative evidences. The agencies would have collected much more evidences. Merely on Indrani's statement, High Court would not have come out with such stinging observations as a kingpin of corruption, whether it was 10 lakhs. The High Court has said that the gravity and the magnitude of the corruption and all that is much higher. So it is merely not 10 lakhs or merely not the PMLA threshold of that time.
Okay, Rahul
that
Srivastava,
is the most important point.
Rahul Srivastava, the High Court order denying bail in this case, and as RVS Money points out, magnitude and enormity of material produced by investigative agencies disentitles him from any pre-arrest bail. That is what Justice Sunil Gaur, that was his observation. But in your you're talking to your sources throughout the day. Do they have corroborative evidence where pen has been put to paper?
Gaurav, what we have been speaking to sources are saying is that there is a certain amount of money linkages which have been created, and the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate have substantive evidence to prove that Mr. P Chidambaram, as Finance Minister, was instrumental in enforcing FIB PB clearance.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.